Hey guys, it is me again, back here for another video, and today I will be showing you how to draw a wolf eye using paint. This is technically my way. If you have any other way of doing it, just let me know and I'll see if I can try it out. You can also use paint.net. It's a little bit like Photoshop, but a little bit different. But I'm not used to using advanced things like Photoshop. Paint is easiest for me. So I'm just gonna, I like using big brushes. So now let's just stop this up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use this to form like a little bit of a base, if you know what I mean. So there we are. I'm just gonna leave that. Let's just go here. But I just like using a little bit of a base first of all. I'm not sure if any of you, anyone else uses paint, but I just use it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lightly erase these and make it a bit rounder because you can't have perfectly straight things. This one just a little bit. So, and now let's just go back to brushes. And then just round that, because you can't have perfectly straight outlines and all that. So I'm just going to be using this for now. It just helps me with my base. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make it a bit bigger, so round about like that. That's good enough to make it nice and big. And then just going to get rid of this. And it's already starting to look a bit like a wolf eye, alright? But the colouring is a bit of a difficult or more or less easy part. So you can do whatever you want, whatever colours. But I would mostly suggest using a bit of like a very, very dark grey for some areas where it's lighter in the eye, and then very dark where it starts getting, okay, so that's a bit difficult to explain, but you use tintings between this, and you can get lighter shades to make it lighter and a bit darker. So yeah, so I like doing my wolf eyes a very light blue, so like in between these, but yeah, so I think that I would rather choose a bit of a darker one for now. So yeah, we'll get back to that later on. Let's just go again to the black circle and just help me with my base. Let's make it a wee bit smaller. Just even it out a little bit. Yeah, the wolf will probably be looking forward at something, so that's probably what I'm aiming about for. Yeah. Huh, that's pretty good. Okay, so I'm just gonna use black in that for now, and then also round by here. So I'm just gonna so what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna quickly fix up all the white things so that there's no, if you know what I mean. So because when you use a paintbrush, so like if I make just a shape around there, and you can see it, if you look more carefully it leaves white lines. So let me just zoom in if you're a little bit blind. So if you know what I mean, it's round about there, these little white lines around there. Zip. Okay, getting back to the point here. Let's just so now this part with the coloring is a little bit difficult. So now I'm gonna grab the main color of the eyes I want, and then we'll have to use different shades and things. Then I'm probably gonna add something. So I'm gonna go for a really light blue. I really like that color. And then I'm just going to color that. You see, it's one main color now. If you really want to do a really cartoony one, that's finished for you. But I'm going to try and see if I can do a bit more of a realistic color. So now I think I'll add in like light in a different time. So then now we're going to want to make a darker area to show shadow. So yeah. So let's just see that. Yeah, I think that'll work. That will work probably. Most likely work. So let's just zoom in quickly. Because, you know, it'll be easier if I zoom in. It's easier for me when I zoom in. If it's not pixelated when you zoom in, obviously that means that you've just made the canvas bigger if you're new with Paint. But obviously some of you are not really new with Paint. So you don't want to make it too big of a shadow and you don't want to make it too small. But you're just going to draw a line from where the shadow is. And sometimes I'd recommend going over the eye just to see where the shadow is headed. And then, yeah, right there. So now I'm just going to color it in and then I'm going to go over the eye, over these leftover lines. So, just like that. There. So let's get back to 100%. And there you have your eye. That's a shadow of the eye. So that's probably what you can do for now. And then, so I'm going to show you a picture of a wolf I made with the eye, and then maybe we can see what some of the results are, and we can add in there. Okay, we are here, and this is a picture of my wolf OC before she received her wings. Now, let's just quickly zoom into the eye and see how that works. Okay, so as you can see, there were some black things here, and because it's snowing, you've got some white particles that are just slightly blue. But if you look really closely, there's the shadow, and then very dark lines, and then a light going over it. That part here is not really. I should have made the snowdrops a little bit more blue, but not the snowdrops, the snowflakes. I should have made them a little bit more blue so that you can tell the difference between the light that's going over the eyes and the little snowflakes. So let's just quickly go and get back to the eye we were busy on. So yeah, zip, and here we are back at our eye. So as we saw in the other one, I did dark lines representing there, but that was just a little bit of a lazy one. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to go with the same dark blue here, but just make it a little bit light. Okay, so now just go for a nice thick one, and then we're just gonna go over slightly. That's terrible. I'm gonna use a line. It's just easier for me to sometimes use lines, seeing that mine are not always straight. Let's just make it a little bit more curved. There we go. And then, yeah. Okay, that is not going to work. I will be back when I've got it. Okay, so we are back, and as you can see, I have used the lines here. It's a bit easier for me, but if you find it easier to use the brush, then obviously you can use it. I'd recommend using not too much of a sudden change in eye color. I made that mistake just now when I did it. But in the shaded area, the lines also grow a little bit darker because it's shaded, you know. So now, as you can see, I went over a little bit, and that is alright. It is a-okay, because we can just take some black and, you know, just easily, boom, it's all done. So, let's quickly do that. Because, you know, I've only got like a couple, 15 minutes on this free Screencast-O-Matic one. Hey, not everyone has money to buy the full version. So, yeah. So if you do feel that you've made a mistake, you can just go back and erase it, or you can go and click edit undo. It's much easier to click edit undo than, you know, going around the whole bit. So then there it's a little bit more finished, but we're just going to add in a little bit of a reflection, and since you get a couple of different brushes, sometimes you can make it, okay, that looks terrible, that honestly looks terrible. I like using a solid brush. It really is better for me. So yeah, so you can make it all sorts of different shapes. Sometimes it can even just be a simple line across, but you gotta kind of get it straight. Yeah, kind of like that. Or sometimes, other times it can be couple of dots. Just fill that in. There, any black spots left out. Can be like that, but it depends on like something else. It depends on all sorts of other things, but for now I think I'm just going to stick to the line across. That looks nice. Otherwise you can add like a little more dot in the end of the eye there. That also looks nice. But now I'm just going to add a little bit more shading to there, and I will be straight back. Okay guys, back after a little pause, and let's just see the little progress that I've gone along. As you can see, round about here, let me just quickly take a zoom in, maybe you'll get a better view. I have done different shades, going from darker, like a very dark grey, to lightest, and then darker and darkest again, because there's this one little light area in the dog's eye, and now you can probably be finished now if you want, but sometimes other times you can just add in a little bit more detail. Like if you want, you could add in a eyebrow, or add in some fur, or add in another like a dark shadow. So let's just go like a grayish blue, because you sometimes get a little bit of blue doing that, and then so you can add in a little bit of a shadow around here. So let's just grab this. I'm sorry, but I like using lines. And then you can do that. Probably add in like color so that it's like a shadow almost. But as you know, I just like keeping my wolf eyes like that, and that is how I make a wolf eye. My part that I struggle on the most, I must say, has to be the lines in the eye, but you just need to keep on trying until you eventually get it. And hopefully this helped you to make a wolf eye, and I will see you all next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and watch more of my videos, guys, and maybe I'll do another one of these because this was enjoyable. Thanks guys, bye bye.
I wish that we were on TV, just like in Pokemon.